Mitt Romney, a possible Republican nominee? Oh, God. Good God almighty.
Yes. So these rumors are flying around that apparently you can still have another person become your Republican candidate or for president, which I'm not that versed in. So I want Richard to kind of explain what these different options are, if they're even viable, and what we should think about what this information means.
Right. So everybody, and we talked about this at the top of the show, right? Like everybody's talking about broker convention, broker convention, broker convention. Broker conventions are, in the Republican rules as currently written, is almost impossible. Because how it works is when Donald Trump wins a state, right, even if it's proportional, now there's difference between proportional delegates and, you know, winner take all and proportional delegates on our percentages. But Donald Trump has people that are pledged to vote for him. So right now he has a little bit over 300 and some change of people that are pledged to vote for Donald Trump. In the first ballot, so the first time the convention votes for a nominee, they go through and they go state by state and the delegates cast their vote. All the folks that were elected to be a delegate, they pledge their support to Donald Trump at the time of being elected to be a delegate. So in the first ballot, they're required to vote for Donald Trump. Now, if Donald Trump does not ascertain the majority, you know, majority plus one number of delegates to win the Republican convention outright, then you have a quote-unquote contested convention. Now, the reason why a Mitt Romney or a Paul Ryan would not have the ability to win from the floor is because they would face one rule that's as part of the RNC's How to Do a Convention book. And that rule is the RNC requires a candidate to have won 8 states to get the nomination. So you have to win 8 states.
So that means you have to be involved in that situation during that period
That means you have to be
of time
on the ballot and run a campaign in 8 states, meaning there's only one person outside of Donald Trump that if the convention was held today would have a shot at being the nominee in a floor fight, and that is Ted Cruz. However, rules are meant to be broken and changed, and there are some Republican insiders that are indicating that what they would do is they would push the Rules Committee for a change. But I actually, oddly enough, I have friends on the Republican Rules Committee. Don't ask me how or why, but I do. Maybe I'm a part of the establishment. But, however, Tamara, you know, a rules change of this magnitude could create some trouble.
Change everything.
I mean, currently, it could really create some trouble. Now, the convention, however, is months away, and it's not even clear that a contested one will happen. Last week, RNC Chair Rance Privis said that there was only one slim possibility that a broker convention would happen, and if it did, at least one Republican presidential candidate has suggested it would be chaos, and it would be.
Yeah.
It'd be it'd be a revolt against Washington. It'd be a revolt against the Republican Party would literally be cannibalizing itself.
That just goes to show how horrible the candidates are set up and aligned right now.
Yeah.
Like, that this is even an option. The Republican Party is planning on just like demolishing completely and imploding.
Well, I mean, I think the Republican Party it's already imploded, Tamara.
Yeah.
I think you saw they lost one of their top guys this week, Orlando Watson, who I also know. They lost him this week, who was basically the guy who was running their African-American strategy for them to reach out to African-Americans.
Yeah.
They've left thousands of black votes on the table, in my opinion, and I've said this publicly and openly. They've left black votes on the table. I think number 2, you have the establishment who have lost control. Then the Tea Party establishment, like the CPAC people, you know, the National Review people, they've lost control. So now neither one of the 2 camps in the Republican Party has control. The party is literally being controlled by the people, or better yet, by Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Right?
And Donald Trump's people.
And Donald Trump's people. And Ted Cruz's response is, I beat Donald Trump 7 times. And I'm like, yeah, but there's been about like 30 contests.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, no.
And Marco Rubio's won nothing. Well, I take it back. He won Minnesota. Oh, and Puerto Rico. Let's not forget Puerto Rico.